After facing a tough loss in the second round of the playoffs, it became clear that the Nuggets' roster simply just isn't good enough. It wasn't Jokic's fault. He was putting up MVP numbers as always. His team just wasn't deep enough. But what if I told you the Nuggets just pulled off one of the most underrated off-seasons in recent memory? By trading away Michael Porter Jr. and Dario Saric, Denver added Cam Johnson, Bruce Brown, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Jonas Valanciunas, 4 veterans who completely shift the identity of this roster. And now, the Nuggets are back, smarter, deeper, tougher, and ready to not just win, but dominate the league this season. First, let's be real. The Nuggets' second-round exit last season was disappointing. Despite the fact that they had Jokic playing at an MVP level, cracks started to show. Michael Porter Jr. and a Russell Westbrook were completely cold. They couldn't make a shot all series. The bench? Thin. Dario Saric had moments, but clearly wasn't worth the $5 million they were paying him. They had previously relied on Aaron Gordon for moments like these, but Gordon was dealing with a grade 2 hamstring strain. With their starters injured, Denver lacked versatility. Once they put 3 defenders on Jokic, the offense slowed down fast, and defensively, they couldn't contain SGA and Chet Holmgren. Despite being the champs in 2023, they were a team 1 injury or 1 cold streak away from collapse. The front office clearly saw it too, and after recently having fired their general manager Calvin Booth, they made calculated changes. Let's talk about the offseason trades, because these weren't just random swaps. This was a strategic retool. Out were Michael Porter Jr. and Dario Saric. In were Cam Johnson, Bruce Brown, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Jonas Valanciunas. Cam Johnson, instant floor spacing and solid defense at the forward spot. He's not as erratic as MPJ and doesn't need the ball to be effective. 40% three-point shooter who can guard wings? That's huge. Bruce Brown? Yes, he's back. A key piece of the Nuggets' 2023 title run, Brown is a defensive Swiss Army knife who gives them toughness, switchability, and someone who can even play backup point guard. Denver fans loved him, and now he's back in a bigger role. Tim Hardaway Jr., a volume shooter with playoff experience, can come off the bench and hit 3 to 4 threes on any given night. If Denver struggled with scoring droughts last year, THJ is one of the answers. Jonas Valanciunas. This might be the most underrated addition, a legitimate backup center, strong, experienced, and able to carry second-unit offense when Jokic rests. No more collapsing leads when Jokic sits. Instead of depending on 2 to 3 players to carry the weight, Denver just added 4 specialists, each with a role, playoff experience, and a clear fit. Everything in Denver starts with Nikola Jokic, the most complete offensive player in the NBA, but even Jokic needs the right pieces around him. Let's look at how each new player fits. Cam Johnson, elite spot-up shooter, plays off Jokic's post passing perfectly. Bruce Brown? Cuts hard, defends like a maniac, understands Jokic ball from his previous stint. THJ spreads the floor, gives Denver the firepower they lacked off the bench. Valanciunas, a post presence who can score inside and rebound, ideal when Jokic is resting. This is the deepest Denver team we've seen since Jokic arrived, and crucially, it's a defensive upgrade across the board. And let's not forget, the Nuggets still have Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, and Christian Braun, all solid players and playoff-tested contributors. Plus, Christian Braun is taking a leap, more confident, more aggressive, and could become an elite starter. And Aaron Gordon remains the 3 and D guy on the wing, one of the most versatile defenders in the league. The blend of veteran experience, offensive balance, and elite IQ around Jokic is now stronger than ever. This isn't just a short-term gamble either. Denver managed to stay under the second tax apron despite adding 4 rotation players. They now have a deeper bench, no more role players making superstar-level salaries, cough cough MPJ, and enough cap flexibility to tweak the roster mid-season if needed. In a West filled with expensive top-heavy teams like the Suns, Lakers, and Warriors, Denver is playing smart basketball finance, not just fantasy trades. Last season wasn't a fluke, it was a lesson. Denver didn't panic, they upgraded, balanced the roster, and brought back a familiar face in Bruce Brown. Now with Cam Johnson's spacing, Valanciunas' muscle, and Tim Hardaway Jr.'s firepower, this is the most complete team in the NBA. Don't be surprised when the Nuggets dominate the West, finish as a top seed, and make another finals run. They're not done. They're just getting started. And this year, they might own the entire league.